So thank you so much once again, and let's go and jump straight into that. So as you know, there is a lot of information. I hope most of you, I did see on the chat that one or two were not able to download the requirements, but I'm pretty sure that if you go to the Facebook, to the BUC Youth Facebook page, you're going to be able to find it there.
All right, David, I'm going to just post the link in the comment section. So please go there. The link is available. Please go click on that link. And we hope that will be able to help you to get a worksheet.
Right. Thank you, Pastor Dan. And we as I said, we have a lot to cover. So at the same time, I don't want to rush into anything. I want to give you the time to cover all the requirements as we go through the presentation. But if you are not able to, I'm sure you can just go and catch it up later. So what are the objectives that we aim to achieve? So 1, mammals and the Bible. 2, characteristics of a mammal. 3, characteristics of specific species. Some of those have got very, very hard names. Some of those species actually. 4, beneficial characteristics of mammals. 5, can a mammal harm you? 6, aquatic mammals. 7, big guys. We are going to briefly discuss about them. 8, observation time. And 9, endangered mammals. So mammals and the Bible. There are loads. There is a lot in the Bible in regards to the mammals. I've got this few Bible verses for us to go through. I'm not sure if you do have your Bibles there with you, but in case you don't have it, you can always do that later, okay? So 1 Corinthians 15:39 says, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one flesh of men, and another flesh of beasts, and another flesh of birds, and another of fish. Genesis 9, chapter 3. Every moving thing that is alive shall be food for you. I give all to you as I gave to the green plant. Then Acts chapter 10, verse 12, it says, and there were in it all kinds of four-footed animals and crawling creatures in the earth and birds of the air. And let me now go to Jude chapter 1, verse 10, where it says, but these men revile the things which they do not understand, and the things which they know by instinct. Like unreasoning animals, by these things they are destroyed. I'm sure you can go through those passages, the rest of them, as you have time, because this is the main one when it comes to the mammals. And it says that comes from Genesis. Genesis, the classic passage when we talk about animals. From chapter 1, verses 24 to 31, it says, and God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, each according to its kind. And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. Verse 28, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and multiply. Verse 30, and to all the beasts of the earth and all the birds of the air and all the creatures that move on the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. before we go into anything else, Pastor Dan, and for this one, I may need your help, okay? Along the presentation, we do have a few quizzes. So this is one of the quiz that we have along the presentation. And for that, everyone, I would love to see you actually using the chat, if that's okay. So we can see, we can actually see what you are saying. I'm not able actually then to see the chat.
Yeah, don't worry, I will read you the answers and you just pose the questions, David.
Nice, nice, very nice. So that's the first question. Polar bears have a very strong sense of smell and can smell their prey up to A, 500 meters away, B, 1 kilometer away, C, 5 kilometers away, D, 10 kilometers away. What are they saying?
All right, so let's have a look, guys. I'm sure this group of Pathfinders can get the right answer. So what we have here, A, 500, B, 1 kilometer, C, 5 kilometers, D, 10 kilometers. All right, David, as you can imagine, the answers are going all around because we don't have too many polar bears around. And but majority of people are saying B. Please answer once, don't answer many times, just once, please.
Oh,
all right,
wow.
on a Facebook, David, people are saying C, but there are some people who are saying potentially D. Wow.
D, wow. Even D.
What is the right answer, David?
Let's see what's the right answer. The right answer, oh, look at that boy. He's actually saying hi to you. And
yeah, because he sees you as a fish and chips. And he's like,
and the answer is B.
Wow, 1 kilometer away. Thank you so much, David. Thank you.
Next one. This massive mammal was photographed for WWF in the mountain forests of Bhutan. But what is it? A, B, C, or D? What do you think? It's a nice one, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Look at how beautiful that is.
Okay.
What's the answer?
So people are saying at the moment, David, they're saying it's D.
D.
Yes, Delta.
Or maybe takin or buffalo or.
Okay, so there. Well, some people are a little bit hesitant to put the answer there. They're putting C or D.
Okay, let's see. Oh, that's C. That's attacking. Okay. Very nice. I see people celebrating actually.
Ooh.
Which is amazing. Okay, one more. Well, this one is not that tricky. Okay, what's the word? The word's largest land mammal.
The largest land mammal. If we get this wrong, we're in trouble.
Is that the African elephant? Is that the grizzly bear? Is that the hippo or the dormouse?
I have a feeling it's definitely not a dormouse unless you have a really big dormouse. So the people are saying it is option A, African elephant.
Oh, let's see then. Oh, wow, it is actually. Look at that.
Wow. I didn't know that Asian elephant is so much smaller than African elephant.
You see?
Wow.
That's amazing, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, my word.
That looks like a big sloppy kiss.
And they love kissing, actually. Would you like a kiss like that, Pastor Dan?
It's all right. It's okay.
Okay, all right. Okay. One more. Elephants can recognize how many individuals from their calls alone. Fewer than 20, over 100, over 1,000, or over 2,000. What do you think, guys?
Whoa. So, in other words, elephants can recognize your call of 20 people or 100 people, 1,000. Okay. So people are saying it's letter B. Option B is the one which is winning at the moment.
Is it? Can I get it?
Let's try it. Let's have a look.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Some Pathfinders here know the elephants.
Very nice. If you went to B, that's the one. Okay. So going back to the requirements, we have 2 or 3 more quiz time as we go. So the characteristics of a mammal, this is actually part of the requirements. The requirement is asking you to give us 4 characteristics of a mammal. So I've got 5 for you, right? So endothermic, so they are warm-blooded, hair or fur. Mammary, glands, it means that they produce milk. Sebaceous, glands. And then finally, heterodont, dentation. So we are actually going to break down each of the characteristics. So if you are questioning yourself what that means, it's fine, because you're going to be able to see in details what that means. So endotherm, so-called warm-blooded animals, that is, those that maintain a constant body temperature independent of the environment. And this is just impressive, isn't it? So no matter if it is cold or hot or warm, they are fine. The endotherms primarily include the birds and the mammals. However, some fish are also endothermic. Second characteristic, all mammals have either fur or hair. Even mammals that swim under the water, like dolphins and whales, have hair. And that's really impressive, though. You need a magnifying glass to see the fine hair on the lips of a young whale. Mammals are the only animals with true hair. Look at that. And that's actually before lockdown, okay? But after lockdown, something happened. Look at that. What do you think, Pastor Jan?
That looks like me at the moment.
Which one? This one or this one?
This one.
Oh, this one. Okay, so mammary glands. So it means they produce milk. They have a special gland, and that's one of the characteristics of all female mammals, and present in a rudimentary and generally non-functional form in males. Really? Yes. Mammary glands are regulated by the endocrine system and become functional in response to the hormonal changes associated with parturition. Oh, that's hard work. Okay, look at that. Oh my God, look. See how many. Oh wow. Let's count. 1, 2, that's 12. That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, I have 2 babies, and they're sometimes too much. But, this is like a little party going on there.
So you'd have to produce a lot of milk. Look at that. And you know, I can imagine that dog feeding or breastfeeding their puppies, their kids, or their dogs, their kids, 24/7. Look at how many. Okay, mammals have an array of different skin glands. This includes the wax-producing, sweat, sebaceous, and mammary glands. Wax-producing glands are found in the ears. Sebaceous glands secrete an oily secretion into the hair follicle. I'm not gonna go into that in details, okay? You can always do that later, but
that's right. And if you need to go back, you can always go back to the video. Some people asking where they can find it. It's going to be available here on the Facebook, so you can just come back and watch it again. Or option number 2, it will there'll be YouTube link published tomorrow, so you can go back to the YouTube channel and then you'll be able to find out about this.
Thank you. And perhaps, Pastor Dan, if they say on the chat that I'm going too fast, please let me know, okay?
No problem at all, David. No problem at all.
We have to be careful time-wise. It's 25 past 4 now here in the UK. So I've got 35 minutes-ish to finish on time. And I'm looking Actually, I'm aiming to finish at the right time. Okay. So next one is in regard to the dentation. Mammals have a heterodont dentation with 4 classes of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. It's very, very similar to us. Each tooth is formed by 1 to 5 cusps. Maxillary cusps are called cones, whereas mandibular ones are called conids. Okay, this is quite complex as well, and I'm pretty sure you can have a look later. All right, so those are the adult mammals. So they have 4 kind of teeth. Look at them. Okay, you can take some time to have a look to appreciate. Okay, and that's again before lockdown. But the next one is not after lockdown, but the next one is actually during lockdown. Look at that. That is impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, some people are losing a little bit for sure.
And this one, I think he had some grass. Look at that.
Stuck in his teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like some of us after eating salad.
And he's not been brushing properly.
Yes, it needs
That's my impression.
Yeah, you're right, David.
And look at this one.
This will have to go anger management for sure. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yes. And so now this is not a very simple bit. This is not a very simple part of the honor. One of the requirements is that you give 1 or more identifying characteristics of each of the following orders of mammals, and name 1 or more species of mammals found in each order. So I'm actually going to break down the characteristics, the main characteristics of the specific species that the requirement asks us to do. However, I may not suggest or name 1 species in each of the classes. Okay, so perhaps that's gonna be homework. You've got to Google it. You've got to find out 1 or more species that comes under every of those classes. So the Marsupialia have a pouch that protects the young as they are developing. The infant is born at very early stage of development and crawls out of the womb and across the mother's belly to the pouch where the baby finds a nipple that it attaches to as it continues to grow. And I'm very sure that you'd easily name 1 of the animals that belongs to that class. Okay, so that's the kangaroo. It's the classical one that we use among the marsupials. Okay, the Insectivora means literally insect eater, and that is the main connecting feature of the animals in this order. Many of the animals that were once a part of this order have been moved to other orders based on DNA analysis. The order Insectivora has been replaced by the orders, that's the one, and that's the other one. Okay, so let us move. That's one of them. That's one of them. Chiroptera, the order of flying mammals, commonly called bats. Bats are actually mammals, though sometimes called flying rodents, which we are going to discuss soon. Flying mice, or even mistaken for invertebrate bugs and birds. Bats are neither rodents nor arthropods. There are two suborders of bats, and those are the two classes, the megabats and the microbats. Okay, the little ones and the big ones. Look at that. They are actually taking a rest after lunch.
Like a church board committee, huh? They're probably discussing
Okay.
about the color of the carpets they would like to have.
And carnivora, what comes to your mind? So they are meat eaters. They are not vegetarian and have canine teeth that are especially adapted for this behavior. They tend to have good eyesight, a good sense of smell, and a well-developed brain, all working together to improve their hunting ability. It should also be said that there are a number of species included in the order Carnivora that are not meat eaters. One of them, you could find out later. Pandas are a good example as they primarily eat bamboo. Oh wow, can you imagine that? Using their canines to rip the hard bamboo apart. I was very, very impressed when I first came across this. Look at that. That's a beautiful panda, isn't it?
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Pinnipedia, an order of carnivorous aquatic mammals that comprises the seals, sea lions, and walrus. They are distinguished by their flipper-like limbs. What's that? What's that talking about? Look at that. Seal for flipper and the human hand. Look at that. And seal hand flipper and the human foot. Look at how similar they are. Look at that. And they love each other.
Yeah.
So this is actually during lockdown. as people had more time, you see. So you never know. So quiz time. Quiz time again.
Let's do it, guys.
Let's see how it goes. All right. So a group of rhinos is called what? A band, a crash, a gang, or a squad?
Oh, the group of rhinos. What is gonna be, people? What's gonna be?
Band, crash, gang, squad. A, B, C, or D?
So we are still waiting for the answers. It looks, a lot of people are saying C.
C, a gang. Wow, let's see. And any others?
C at the moment. Let me just see. We have B as well. B and C.
Okay, do we have A?
I haven't seen. Yeah, we have. No, I haven't seen A. No.
No. Okay. Oh, it's B.
It is a crash. Wow.
It's a crash. Okay, next one. This mammal from the Amazon basin has quite an impressive stash. Look at that. That's a beautiful one. Is it quite similar to yours, Pastor Dan?
Yeah, it does look like me.
It's just on the wrong place, actually.
Yeah, I still have time to grow it. So what is the option? Is it A, B, C, or D? People are saying it's D or A.
B or A?
Letter A or letter D?
Okay. What's the answer then? Oh, it's B.
Oh, we had some people say letter B. Sorry, that's correct.
Well done. Very nice. Very good. So let's see. One more order of mammals. The Rodentia. Rodents have two incisors in the upper as well as in the lower jaw, which grow continuously and must be kept worn down by gnawing. This is the origin of the name. These teeth are used for cutting wood, biting through the skin of fruit, or simply for defense. Look at that. How beautiful that is. So this just impresses me, the way God created things.
He looks like he knows what he's doing.
Oh yes, he definitely is aware of everything. Lagomorpha, that's one of the other orders. So they differ from the rodents in that they have 4 incisors in the upper jaw, not 2 as the previous one. They will only eat vegetation, unlike rodents who will eat meat and vegetation. They will redigest first time droppings to obtain the most from their plant diet. They resemble rodents, however, in that their teeth grow throughout their life, thus necessitating constant chewing to keep them from growing too long. And this is one of the most impressive ones. Look at that. Their teeth never stop growing. So they have to work on that. So then the teeth are not gonna grow too long. So the sorry?
No. That's interesting, very interesting fact.
Oh yes, it is actually. The Artiodactyla are mammals with hooves and which bear most of their weight on an even number of toes. They are sometimes called the even-toed ungulates, or ungulates are hooved animals, okay? Sirenia, this slow-moving herbivorous, are named after the sirens of the Homerian legend of Odysseus. I'm not gonna go into that, okay, but just for you to be aware of where its name comes from. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Cetacea. This group includes whales, porpoises, and dolphins. The word cetus means large sea animal, and in the name is the name of a constellation also known as the whale. These mammals are truly aquatic, and many are quite massive, incapable of walking on land. Look at that. I wanted you to have a look at that. I'm not sure if you can see the details.
Yes, we can. It's quite good. It is quite good.
Nice. But when you are able to, after the presentation, download my PowerPoint presentation, you can actually have a look into details, okay? So that's the blue whale, which we are going to discuss in a bit when we come to aquatic animals, okay? So one of the other requirements is that you discuss the beneficial characteristics of mammals. So bats, they eat flying insects. Dogs provide assistance to the blind and comfort to the sick. Meerkats eat scorpions and snakes. Oh wow, that's impressive, isn't it? Cats, they keep down the rodent population. Hyena is a scavenger and also helps keep the environment clean and free of disease. Bears, they carry the nutrients of the salmon they eat into the forest. Question in the chat, can you think of any other beneficial characteristics of any of the mammals? Can you let us know? Let's see what you say.
All right, let's see.
Oh, I can actually see the chat.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Okay, one slide back.
David, as people are thinking, there's a question. It says, when you look out God's creation and after creation in terms of mammals, we believe it is good and perfect, but why is that some of them are dangerous and deadly to humans, for example, pythons? What happened there? It says, are killings of humans... Oh yeah, and are there? Is it true that the bats are actually carrying Ebola?
Sorry, Pastor Dan, is that a question?
Yeah, it was a question about okay, we'll go back to questions on the end, David. It's all right.
I think we have a bit at the end where I'm gonna open to questions.
Yeah, no problem at all, David. We'll do that, buddy.
Yeah, and if I'm able to answer you, I'll certainly do so. Otherwise, I'll do some research and come back to you on the comments on Facebook.
No problem at all, David. That's
or
fine.
YouTube. So, is there anybody that can mention any other benefits that mammals can bring to us?
It says lizards eat ants. Well,
Okay.
I'm not sure about that, but can you? Well, no, actually, there is none. There is no comments on that, David.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So let's keep moving then. Dangerous mammals. Skunks can make a neighborhood smell quite bad. Tigers, lions, bears, wolves, and many other carnivorous mammals have killed and sometimes eaten people. They also prey on livestock, groundhogs, prairie dogs, gophers, moles, and many other burrowing animals can create tripping hazards for humans, horses, and other mammals. So I would encourage you to go deep on that and do some extra research on the dangerous mammals and what they can do against you, and perhaps the question on why, if they were created by God, why are they, or they can be dangerous for us, is a very good and relevant question that we can try, time permitting, discuss that as we are about to close. So the next one, oh, we have another quiz. Okay, let's see if we are actually able to get this right. Name this threatening animal. Is that A, bison or bison, jaguar, hippopotamus, German shepherd? Is it A, B, C, or D? What do you think?
Everybody's clear on this one, David? Everybody's clear on this one?
Really?
They are all saying it is German shepherd.
Is it? Oh,
no,
wow.
I'm joking, David. They're all saying it's option A.
Bison. A. Is it bison?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Very nice. Very good. Well done. So aquatic mammals. This is another requirement that you have to cover. So saltwater mammals, the whales. I'm not going to go into details much, because actually the requirement is not asking you to go into the details of each class, but it's actually asking you to name them, but you can actually go into that and deeply discuss that. Okay, so the whales is one of them. So the next one is the dolphins, and there are 3 classes of it, as you can see. Take your time if you want to take notes now, so you don't have to go through the presentation again. And the third one is the purpose. So you see 4 classes there. Okay, so they are very interesting, and you can actually go into details later. So then the freshwater mammals, so they are basically divided. So the aquatic mammals are divided into 2 classes. The saltwater mammals, so they are free. They are the whales, the dolphins, and the porpoise. And the freshwater mammals, they are actually divided into 2 classes. As you can see there, the first one lives in the Amazon River and Orinoco River systems, and the second one in Ganges and Indus River dolphin or Indian River. So lives in the Ganges River in India and in the Indus River in Pakistan. So specific places where specific and very special mammals are actually based. So one of the requirements is that you actually name the largest the largest mammal and what they actually eat and what they do, where they live, and etc. Okay, so let's see. The blue whale is the largest animal on the planet, and it has been recorded that they can be over 30 meters in length and are estimated to weigh more than 90 tons. These whales have been seen in every ocean of the world and feed by filtering the water through the giant boiling plates in their mouth. Adult whales can eat up to 4 tons. That is a lot. And you see, that's each day, and the calves can drink up to 400 liters a day. This is absolutely impressive. These amazing creatures were hunted by men to the brink of extinction. Over 378,000 were killed to provide oil and whale meat. The population of blue whales is now only about 1% of the total 100 years ago. And this is really, really sad. So they predict that extinction, total extinction is going to happen very, very soon. Look at that. Look at how big. Remember the big elephant, the African elephant. Look at that in comparison to the blue whale. So it means that compared to a human, you are actually going to be nothing. So tips. So one of the requirements, and this one is actually very, very challenging, is that you go out and observe some mammals, wild mammals. So we obviously cannot help you on this one because this is definitely homework. But perhaps I thought, Pastor Dan, I would bring them some tips for observing the wildlife. Point 1, get up early. The best times for observing most animals are early in the morning and also in the evening. Point 2, be quiet. Make as little noise as possible and listen. 3, stay downwind. If you can, facing to the wind when looking for wildlife. 4, be patient. Okay, you need to be really, really patient when observing them. Pick a good spot, be prepared, and above all, respect nature, respect the wildlife. So this is not actually part of the requirements, okay? This last bit is not part of the requirements, but as we have time, I'm actually going to cover that. It's all about the endangered endangered mammals. So for some species, time on planet Earth is running out. Human beings are the greatest threat to the survival of endangered species, with poaching, habitat destruction, and the effects of climate change causing a lot of problems. So I brought to you 3 species. This one is not a mammal, but I just brought 3 species because I wanted you to keep in mind that the 3 most endangered animals on planet are from the 3 most endangered, 2 are mammals. The first one and the second. This is the third. So the capos are nocturnal ground-dwelling parrots from New Zealand, and yet another example of an animal brought to the edge of extinction by humans. They are critically endangered with only, look at that, only 140 individuals remaining. each one with an individual name. Oh wow, they are really taking care of that. Talking about New Zealand, somebody actually mentioned on the Facebook chat, not chat, but in one of the comments, Pastor Dejan, I'm sure you saw that the only mammal in New Zealand is the bat, the long-tailed bat. I'm sure you saw that. Okay, and yeah, so every other mammal that lives there have been actually imported, or they have been domesticated to live there. Okay, so the second one.
Somebody's asking a question, are there any programs which are there to protect the blue whale at the moment and help it survive?
Yes, there is a lot of programs. There is a website on the internet specifically created for that. It has a fundraise because obviously, as you can imagine, protecting these big guys is very, very expensive. And funds are sometimes very, very limited. So whenever we are talking about endangered animals, including mammals and birds and so on, we are talking about a big necessity of funds. So that's the biggest problem they face right now.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So the second one, the second most endangered wildlife or specific mammal is the Amur leopards. They are one of the world's most endangered big cats. They are as critically endangered, and between 2014 and 2015, there were only around 92 of those guys left within their natural range. That number is now estimated to be less than 70. Look at how beautiful that is. And you can imagine actually why they want this kind of animal, don't you? You see that people would actually be proud and proudly wear what God gave them to keep their body warm. And the first one is the vaquita. Okay, the vaquita is both the smallest and the most endangered marine mammal in the world. It has been classified as critically endangered by the institution that provides advice. And in 2018, there were only around 6 to 22 vaquitas left. The latest estimate from July 2019 suggests there are currently only 9 of those guys. And actually, our previous presentation, I'm not entirely sure what he was talking about, but he did mention that the name vaca or cow, I'm not sure what that was about, but vaquita means literally little cow in Spanish. That's a coincidence. And we again see the cow in the second presentation. Okay, so the vaquita is critically endangered. All right. That's all I had to share with you. I'm entirely sure that you have been and I actually pray that you've been as blessed by this presentation as I was, as it helped me to go through a few things and revisit a few things that I have actually discussed before. And as you see, I've got time for questions now. But as I said, if I'm not able to answer to give the answer to your question, I'm totally comfortable in saying that I don't have the answer, but I can do some research and come back to you. Is there any questions, Pastor Jan?
Yeah, we have quite a few questions. They're saying when it comes to mammals and, for example, living in a salty water, if you would take them from that and put it in normal water, I am only assuming they would not live very long, David. Is that right?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. In the same way that my body and your body was created to eat and drink certain things, the animals, including the mammals, were designed by God in that way as well. So it means that, yes, Pastor Dan, go on. That's the answer.
Excellent, David. Excellent, David. Somebody is actually suggesting we should do endangered species honor. David, something to look into it if you'd like to help us. Endangered species. Why not? We also had somebody who during this presentation also said suggest a few more different honors. If you have somebody just asked the question again, how many blue whales at the moment we have, David?
We do have 1%. Okay. Oh, sorry. They estimate that we have 1% of a population of 378,000. Okay. So it is 3,000 something, isn't it?
That's correct. That's correct. David, let me just see any more questions coming up. What is your favorite land mammal, David?
Oh, it's definitely leopards. It's definitely leopards. I find them absolutely stunning. What's your favorite mammal, guys? Can you give us the answer in the chat?
Put it in the comments as we are going through questions.
We still have 3 minutes. Let's see what they say.
People are saying cheetah, wolf. Somebody says my favorite animal, land animal, is human.
Okay.
Elephants, monkeys, tigers, cheetahs, giant red panda. Wow, I like it.
Wow. I love the giant red panda as well. Yeah. So I appreciate that. Okay.
If somebody says my favorite land mammal is my children, it's correct.
Oh yes, I would say, and I would include the wife in there as well. Okay, she can hear me, so I've got some points with her today, which is great.
Good. Koalas, dogs, and a few other animals. David, it is almost 5 o'clock. We're gonna close it here. David, if it's possible for you to stop sharing your screen, we would love to say a big thank you. I'm going to let everybody unmute themselves. Let's give a big clap to David. Thank you, David.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nolly.
Thank you.
Agamon. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Excellent. We're gonna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining today.
Bye.
And we're gonna just slowly now remind you of a few things and wrap up this e-honor sections. Once again, make sure that you do your paperwork and put it in your folders. Do the homework, which is necessary. When the clubs reopen, you'll be able to be signed off by your club director. Just if it's possible, keep muted for a little while. So make sure you put it there. Also, attendance form for those guys from British Union. Make sure you fill the attendance form and then print it out for yourself, because that is one way to prove that you're part of this meeting. So I just post the link there in the chat. Make sure if you can to make sure that if you can you fill up well, no, actually make sure you join us first for the Pathfinder Song Project. We have a couple of more days to go, maybe a little bit longer. We would love to have you be part of that. If it's possible, just keep it muted for a little while. We're gonna post the link again, and then also on the end, we want to say thank you so much for sticking with us for so long. We are running over 10 weeks probably now at the moment. I don't even know. I need to actually count how many we've done because I'm just slowly getting tired. But it's also very exciting to have all of you part of this beautiful club at the moment. To all on Facebook, God bless you. And we hope to see you next Sunday.
Thank you, Pastor Dion.
And we hope to, at the same time, help you guys stay active in pathfinding as much as we can. So see you next Sunday.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks so much.
All right, so
Bye,
Thank you very
Janet.
much.
Bye,
see you later, guys.
Bye, Daniela.
Bye, Daniela.
Bye, Kuda. Bye,
Bye,
Yara.
Daniela.
Bye. Bye, Yara.
Bye, bless.
Bye.
Guys.